Hi, this is Joe, and this is my video compilation about my trip to Arkansas and the Ozark National Forest. This first video here is when I went to first place, which was the Richland Creek wilderness area. That's Richland Creek right there. I had just crossed it. I had to take my shoes off. That's more along Richland Creek. I hiked along the creek for a while. This is more along the creek. It's a beautiful creek, large limestone formations everywhere. My plan was to hike to the sandstone ruins on this and see a couple waterfalls, but I ended up hiking the wrong side of the river. There's no trails, and ended up in a precarious situation. I've sped the videos up so that they don't take as long to watch, so that's why it looks a little funny. I'm not really walking that fast. That's on the way out of the Richland Creek wilderness area. That's Falling Water Creek. This was my campsite the first night. That is called Fairview Campground. I had the whole campground to myself, and a best campsite in the campground with the perfect sunset right behind it. So I set my camera up to record time lapse and see how that turned out. It was wonderful. Beautiful sight on top of a mountain. This was me setting up my time lapse, and this is the sun setting behind my campsite. This was the next day. I hiked to Hawksbill Crag. This is a picture of the crag, also known as Whitaker Point. This was the video I made of the hike over to it. It's actually a 3-mile round-trip hike. A very famous point in Arkansas, way up in the Ozark Mountains overlooking the upper Buffalo River wilderness area. I sped the video up on the hike a lot to save time. I left my voice in there too because it sounds funny. Quite a view from up there, but you got to be very careful. Many people have fallen off and died there. There's a picture of me that a couple took that showed up while I was there. And this was the next area I went. This was a 4-mile round trip hike to Eden Falls Natural Bridge and Eden Falls Cave. That is the natural bridge. That's where the water has formed a bridge through the rock formation. This is video taken in February, by the way, so that's why everything looks quite dead. That's the other side of the natural bridge. That's where the water goes in. That's the trail up to Eden Falls in the cave. Like I said, it's a 4-mile hike, but quite rough going at some points. Those are the bluffs above Clark Creek, which is what forms Eden Falls. The cave's way up that way. I went to the falls first. Clark Creek only runs for 3 miles. It's a tributary of the Buffalo River, but it's formed a lot of really beautiful geological features along its 3-mile length. There it is right there. That's a cave of sorts, more of a shelter area. And then up this way is the falls. And that's Eden Falls. The cave is up above it quite a ways. This is on my way up to the cave. That's the falls down below. Cave is up there. I left the audio for these videos in the cave. As you can see, it's very tight squeezing and crawling. Quite creepy to go in by myself. And when I had to crawl, since I was carrying the camera, sometimes I had to turn it off. It's a 200-foot cave, or you go 200 feet back, squeezing through crevices and crawling and walking. And at the back is a 30-foot cavern with a waterfall. So you can hear the waterfall as I approach it. The walls of the cave were very interesting. If you look at them, they almost look like skin. That's from the water running through there over a long period of time. This is inside the chamber that contains the waterfall. Cannot see up to the top. Can't see in all the nooks and crevices, and it was quite eerie, honestly, being in there by myself, especially when I turned the light off for a second. But it is pretty beautiful seeing the waterfall. That's where I turned the light off, immediately turned it back on. This is, I believe, on my way back out of the cave. There were people coming. I could hear them in the distance. And that is the entrance to the cave up there. The first sign of the light at the entrance.
There's the entrance.
This is the entrance to the cave afterwards. Some people getting ready to head in. That's the cave. That's where you go in. This is on my way back out. And this was on the drive home. That's the Buffalo River Valley. Very, very beautiful in the Ozark Mountains. And that's it for my video. Thank you for watching.